What's going on, guys? It's Rest, and in today's video I wanted to go over my level 65 melee Moze build. This build is based all around using only the face puncher and absolutely killing everything in the game with ease. If you remember my previous video, the knife drain Moze build, this is essentially that, but it's updated and even better now. This is a little different than some of the builds that you see based around Moze, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. So if that interests you, as always, my builds are located in my Discord channel if you would like to download them. The link for the Discord will be in the description. If you download the build and enjoy the video, find it helpful in any way, consider subscribing and dropping a like. It's free and what allows me to keep making videos like this for you guys. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the build. Alright, so you can see here our main weapons are going to be the face puncher, but we do have two other weapons, a blue and a green Hyperion weapon, and this is to help out with one of our skills, and that skill is match set. So when we match our manufacturers, we're actually going to be getting 10% more magazine size, which is going to buff the magazine size for the face punchers, which is really nice. Now for every good face puncher build, you need a good artifact, and that is what we're going to be running, is the knife drain white elephant. So this is going to give you melee life steal. On top of your melees having a 30% chance to apply a sticky bomb, they're going to do an insane amount of damage. This is also giving you more melee damage, more magazine size, and more area of effect damage, because area of effect damage is actually going to help out with the splash damage of sticky bombs, and melee damage is going to help out with the damage of the face puncher. Now speaking of the face punchers, I have a ×7 with a 300% increased weapon damage annoyant when enemies are above 90% health, and I also have a ×14 one with the exact same annoyant. The ×7 one is going to be your mobbing weapon for the most part. You're going to have pretty much infinite ammo with this thing with some of your skills, and you will never have to reload it with the amount of magazine size you have, and you can just pretty much one-shot any enemy and they're gonna die with the white elephant. For boss scene, I have a ×14 one, so we can easily apply these sticky bombs over and over again. Since you're shooting ×14 pellets, you have 14 chances to apply them, and you can easily get an insane amount of them out and just melt any boss in the game. Now to complement this build even more, I'm going to be running a one-shot shield, and now this might seem crazy, but we're going to get into why it's not in 1 second. But if you don't know, the one-shot shield basically gives you 100% more amp damage, which actually does work with the face puncher, but it's going to drain 20% of your shields. This annoyance is going to give you more shields and more health when you exit Iron Bear, 75% for 25 seconds, which is really nice for this build too for survivability. Now to help this out, I'm running the Bloodletter class mod. So essentially what this does, if you were supposed to be healed in this game, you're actually going to get shields back. This is also going to give you more shield delay and less shield recharge rate, but that doesn't matter for this build. The main thing we're focused on is when you get healed, you're actually going to heal your shields. So if you already figured out the synergy with this build, essentially you're going to have the one-shot shield do an insane amount of damage with the face puncher. You're obviously going to have your shield go down, but when the face puncher hits an enemy, you're going to heal with the knife drain, which obviously it would normally heal your health, but thanks to the Bloodletter, it's going to be healing your shields, so you can keep reproccing the one-shot shield over and over again, and it's a constant rotation of just amp damage after amp damage, and you're always going to have max health with your shields, and especially with this anoint, you're going to have an insane amount of shields, and you're never going to die. The synergy of this gear is honestly kind of crazy. Finally, for the grenade, I have It's Piss, where on grenade throw, you get more weapon damage, grenade damage, axe go damage. This is really good. You're going to apply 20% debuff, plus you're getting more damage, which is nice, and that is pretty much all the gear you need for this build. But like I said, the synergy is insane. You shoot the face puncher to get more damage, you're going to heal with the knife drain. On top of that, the Bloodletter is healing your shield, so you can keep shooting this one-shot shield over and over again. You're applying sticky bombs that are getting buffed, and you can just kill everything in the game. It is honestly insane. And if you're curious on the Bloodletter, I didn't go over it, but I have 24% more critical hit damage, 36% splash damage, and 63% melee damage. This is really good for boss scene. Crit damage actually does work with a white elephant. Splash damage is good for the white elephant, and melee damage is good for the face puncher. But now getting to the skills, we've already went over match set. This is going to give you more magazine size, which is really nice. But I'm putting 5 points of cloud with lead, so every 4th shot does not consume ammo. So this is in return going to let you have max ammo again with your ×7 face puncher. Plus, it's going to do bonus incendiary damage, which actually does work with the face puncher, so you get even more damage. 3 points of Stoked Ember, so we can buff that incendiary damage by 30%, and the white elephant incendiary damage is also going to get buffed by 30%. 1 point redistribution, so we get bonus ammo regeneration and health generation whenever we hit a critical hit. White elephant does proc this. The health regeneration doesn't really matter, but the ammo regeneration is going to, again in return, let you have a max magazine at all times for the face puncher, the ×7 one at least, and you can just never have to reload. But 5 points of scorching RPM, so you get more fire rate and more critical hit damage, which is really nice. More fire rate is going to let you apply sticky bombs a lot faster, especially with the ×14, and the crit damage is going to help out with your bossing. 1 point the Iron Bank, so we get 35% more magazine size, which is in return again going to buff your magazine size a lot, which is really nice. 1 point in Sun for the Road. So this is going to be your bossing skill. So when you exit Iron Bear, you're going to have infinite ammo for 5 seconds. And if you remember things like the Quickie, where you would just apply sticky bombs, or honestly just any Torgue weapon that would apply sticky bombs, you could then unload the gun and kill the boss just instantly. This is the same thing with the face puncher. You're going to jump out the face puncher, you're going to just keep shooting at the boss, apply sticky bombs constantly since you have infinite ammo. And you're obviously going to use this one with a ×14 so you get the most benefit out of it, and you can just instant out every boss in this game. Sun for the Road is honestly just such an insane skill, and I can guarantee that if you just get out of Iron Bear with the ×14, you're going to just destroy every boss in the game with ease. All you have to do is just keep shooting and applying sticky bombs. And then finally 1 point in Forward, so we get 5% more ammo regeneration. This is going to pair really well with Redistribution. This is again just going to let you have infinite ammo at all times with that ×7 and going around the map and just mobbing. And going into Demolition Woman, we're putting 5 points of fire in the Skag Den, so whenever you do splash damage, we're going to get a bonus 15% incendiary damage. This does scale with Mayhem, so the White Elephant splash damage is going to be getting buffed even more now. And then this is also going to pair well with Stoked Embers, so you get more incendiary damage, which is absolutely insane. 5 points of total cross promotion, so we get 30% more splash damage, which is again really good for the White Elephant. And you have 50% chance to double your splash radius, which is nice for ad clearing. 1 point auto bears out a skill point left over. This is going to be somewhat decent. If you jump out, you're going to have your Iron Bear to just stay up and shoot rockets at people. I'm running active track and extinguish a rocket pod, so the rockets just always go at people. You can run pretty much whatever you want to. You're mainly just using your Iron Bear to proc your anoint on your shield. But finally, in Shield of Retribution, I have 5 points in Selfless Vengeance, so if you ever want to reload and then go into a fight, you're going to get bonus incendiary damage, which is really good. Even with the ×7 face puncher, you're going to never have to reload, but at some point you do have less than the max amount of mags. You can reload, just get bonus incendiary damage, or before you go in a boss fight, you can reload to practice, get even more incendiary damage. So whatever you really want to do. 5 points in Armored Infantry, so we get more gun damage and damage reduction when our shields are up. You're going to have your shields up at all times thanks to the Knife Drain, the Bloodletter. So you're always going to have this bonus damage, which actually does work with the face puncher, and you're always going to have this damage reduction. 5 points in Vladoff Ingenuity, so we get more shield recharge rate, more max shields, and shock damage resistance. I'm mainly running this for shock damage resistance, so we get 47% of that on top of the one-shotter giving you 20% damage resistance, which is nice because obviously shock takes shields off. And between that resistance and the Knife Drain healing you, you're always going to have your shield up. 3 points in Thin Red Line, so we reserve 60% of our max health and it gets added to our shields, which is nice for this build since we're going to be focused heavily on shields. We don't really care about our health at all, and we want to reduce our health so we can proc things like Deaths or Measures, so we get up to 100% more damage the lower our health is, which again does work with the face puncher. We're pretty much always going to have this proc between having our low health right here and proc and Selfless Vengeance. We're always going to have this 100% damage over and over again, which is going to let you just kill even better than you already were. But then finally, 5 points of Feelings Doctrine, which is getting up to 7, so we get 14% more gun damage per stack and 20% more max shields per stack. This is whenever you kill an enemy, you're going to get a stack of this. There's no stack limit, and every stack lasts 30 seconds. So with this build, you're constantly killing enemies, you're constantly getting your shields back, you're constantly getting more shields, you're constantly getting damage bonuses, and the synergy of everything is just absolutely nutty. Alright, so that is going to do it for the melee Moze build. If you remember from Borderlands 2, the Beast Shield, this is kind of essentially that. The Beast Shield was a amp shield that just never went down in shields and would just keep giving you max damage over and over again. This is somewhat that. Is probably the closest thing you can get to it, since you're just constantly shooting the face puncher to constantly heal your amp shield. You're always getting this amp damage on every shot you do, and then obviously with every other skill in this build, it's making your melee and just splash damage absolutely insane, and it's going to allow you to kill everything in the game and get through literally anything you need to with absolute ease. If you don't have a one-shotter shield, any amp shield will work, but the reason you want to use the one-shotter over something like the rerouter, because the one-shotter actually buffs every pellet, where the rerouter only buffs one pellet. If they ever change this, I would absolutely recommend running the rerouter shield over the one-shotter. But that's going to do it all for me, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.
I gotta find a way out of this fucking position. I stay with a gang and don't stress by no bitches. I took all my pain and I put it in records. They turn up the speaker, I turn it to riches. When I'm alone, the past come at a homie, so I feel like turning that boy to a cat.